Okay, Jaybird challenge number 14 tonight, and Megan's come up with a pretty good topic here. Things we wish existed, something that would be invented. And one of the things you mentioned, Megan, was what'd you say? Portals? That's kind of what I had in mind too. So I'm not really stealing your idea here, but I think a transporter would definitely be number one on my list of things that I wish had been invented. Um, you can just imagine how much easier the world would be if we had transporters. I mean, just going on vacation would be so much easier. Instead of standing in long lines and riding on a plane for hours and hours and maybe delays and stuff like that, you could just step onto a transporter and boom, find yourself on the other side of the planet. That would be like the ultimate invention. And you could just imagine how easy it would be to get back and forth to work if you had like personal transporters for your house and you could transport straight to work and back. And I personally, it takes me like an hour before I get to work. If I have to be to work at like 8, I can get up at 7, be ready by 7:30, and to work by 8 o'clock. But if you had a transporter, man, you could sleep into like 15 minutes until you had to go to work and then just get up, throw your clothes on, and wash your face, and zoop, you're gone. That would be a massive time saver. So yeah, transporters would be great. And another thing I've thought of many times in the past is some kind of sleeping machine. Something that you could hook up to your bed. So when it comes time to go to sleep at night, you could just put on like a headphone thing or something like an eye mask thing and just have it put you right to sleep. Because over the years, I have spent countless thousands of nights trying to get to sleep. I'm spending hours and hours finally, getting myself to sleep and not getting a good night's sleep. So yeah, if there was some way I could actually buy a machine that would turn my brain off and help me get to sleep. I mean, staying asleep's never been a problem for me. I mean, I could sleep through a damn hurricane. I've slept through, fire trucks being right outside my house window and then wake up the next day to realize that the big fire and I never heard anything about it. So staying asleep's not my problem, but getting to sleep is, and I'm sure that's a problem for a lot of people. So a sleeping machine would be great. And personally, I despise housework. I mean, I'm not a total slob. Looking around my room is, it's not a mess. There's not piles of junk all over the floor. Uh, but I can handle vacuuming. And I know they have those machines now, the little round vacuum things that you put on the floor and push a button and they just run around and bump into stuff and vacuum constantly while you're at work. But I can handle vacuuming. To me, dusting is the worst, the absolute worst thing to do. So if someone could invent a dusting machine, that would be amazing. I mean, I hate having to dust because you got to take everything off the counter and then clean the counter and then wipe down everything you got, put it back, and it just takes so long. And then within a week or two, all the dust is back. So ugh, I really despise dusting. So a dusting machine would be awesome. I also had this idea years ago, and I think it's actually something that you could invent that might work, and that would be like a scrolling window sign for your car. Now, you ever seen those long signs where the words come out and they kind of go across the screen and you can read them? Well, I need to invent one of those things that you can attach to the front windshield of your car and the back windshield too. So when you're in traffic, if people are doing stupid shit, which I experience all the time. Maybe that's because I live in a touristy place where people are lost. Half the people on the roads are lost wherever they're going. But yeah, if you could invent something like that, and program it with a little console, so You know, when somebody does something stupid, you have like pre-programmed things. You can push a button and it says, "Your blinker's on, dumbass. Turn it off." You know, or you know, you're in the fast lane. You're going too slow. Get the hell over. Just push a button and have that pop up across the screen so they can read it. Just so you don't have to like roll down your window and yell at people and shit like that. Also, it'd be cool if you had some like a little remote thing where you could speak into it and have it say whatever you spoke on the sign in traffic. I think, you know, if somebody invented that, people would actually buy that. I know I would. I would love to invent, or at least buy something like that, put it in my car. I am definitely a frustrated driver sometimes. And that actually reminds me of a skit that George Carlin did years ago, where he said everybody should be issued like a Nerf gun, a state-issued Nerf gun with magnetic darts for your car. So when you're in traffic, if you're driving around and you see people doing stupid shit, you can just roll down your window and boom, shoot a dart onto their car. And that way, you know, something solid so they can't take it off. And then after a while, if you get 4 or 5 darts on your car and a cop sees you, they pull your ass over and get you a ticket. Just a dumbass ticket. You must be a dumbass driver to have so many darts stuck all over your car. So there you go. There's a few inventions I'd love to see. And I'd also love to hear some of your responses. Okay, as usual, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Leave a video response if you like, or a comment would be great. Thanks, people. Cheers.